Let's move on to afternoon action. 4:05 p.m. Eastern. Seattle Seahawks 6-5, 3-3 on the road at Los Angeles Rams. 3-8, 2-4 at home. We're at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. God, I hate when these big favorites are appealing. I just hate it.
Yeah.
Seahawks open -8, -106. It's gone to 7.5. Here at Pinnacle, it's 8 at +108, which is a 7.5. This total opened up at 41 and it's not moved. And when I say I'm not talking about the Browns anymore. I'm talking about these Seahawks. Just like the Ravens, I find them so appealing. Let's take a look where the cash lies here. They still have given value to the Seahawks here. 33% line value, 4,359 tickets in, 65% of the tickets, 67% of cash on the Seahawks. 43% of the tickets, 66% of the cash on the under. Spenny says the Rams look so pathetic. Let's start with the Seahawks. They're coming off a 40-34 home loss in overtime to the Raiders. They were incapable of stopping the run. Jacobs, 229 yards rushing. The Raiders as a team ran 40 times for 283 yards, 7.1 yards per carry. Raiders were 8 of 14 on third down and outgained the Seahawks 576 to 372. It's third most yards ever allowed by the Seahawks. They finished with 1 sack, 3 quarterback hits. Quandre Diggs had 2 interceptions. Geno Smith, 27 to 37, 328 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick. He also ran 5 for 22, lost a fumble. DK Metcalf caught 11 for 90. Lockett caught 3 for 68 and a touchdown. Marquise Goodwin caught 3 for 48. Seahawks couldn't move the ball on the ground. They finished with just 65 yards on 23 carries. Kenneth Walker held to 26 yards on 14 carries. He did get 2 touchdowns. They lost their safety, Ryan Neal, to an elbow injury in overtime. And then Josh Jones looked really bad on that run that Jacobs had. Not saying that Neal would have stopped it, but the backup for Neal looked awful. Rams coming off their 5th straight loss, an ugly 26-10 setback at Kansas City. So it's their first 5-game losing streak under McVay. Stafford we're all expecting him to be done for the season.
Yeah.
John Wolford still dealing with a neck injury. We don't know if he'll be back. He might be back. Bryce Perkins started and looked awful. Perkins 13-23 for 100 yards, touchdown, 2 interceptions. He did run 9 times for 44 yards. Wolford suffered the neck injury November 13th that first started against the Cardinals. He was not active against the New Orleans Saints. He was limited in practices, but I expect him probably to be under center. Van Jefferson caught 3 for 29 yards and a touchdown. Allen Robinson will now have surgery to repair a stress fracture in his foot. He's done for the season. Akers had 8 carries for 37 yards. Rand finished with 198 total yards. The defense couldn't get pressure on Mahomes and finished with 0 sacks and 2 quarterback hits. And to make matters worse, Aaron Donald suffered a high ankle sprain and won't be available. And he's only missed 2 games in his 9-year career, and none of them being for injuries. He holdout after the holdout. He set out the 2017 opener, and then McVay rested him in that 2017 season finale. He's never missed a game due to injury. Also, defensive lineman Sean Robinson will have season-ending knee surgery. The defense did the best they could against the Chiefs. They held the Chiefs to 1-6 in the red zone. The Rams look like a team playing without their starting quarterback and top 2 wide receivers and two starting offensive linemen and now their best defensive player. That's what they look like. But a half-point move towards the Rams at home. I didn't want to just come in here with money on the Seahawks, even though I want to fade the Rams, but I also don't want to just, be a public ass clown. That's just, so I just wanted to talk it out first. Take it away for us, Andy. Seahawks, Rams.
Yeah, the Seahawks run defense really was atrocious last week, but Josh Jacobs, I think he's your rushing leader in the league. He's ahead of Henry and Chubb and Cook and everyone right now. Like, he's been very good this year. He's been a bright spot in a kind of a black hole, if you will, as their fan base kind of calls what they have out there in the stands. For the Raiders, Los Angeles, they're shutting it down. I'm not thinking we see Stafford. As someone pointed out, I think Slats45 pointed out, it is a high ankle sprain for Donald. Those are bad. Those are usually, 3 to 5, 6 weeks. I'm not sure you see him for the rest of the year. This is probably a stay-off game because the Seahawks, as good as they've played, as much as I believe in Geno and the stats absolutely back up that he is a good quarterback, it's a lot of points to lay on the road in division. This is a teaser leg or nothing. If you wanted to, this is another great teaser leg. You can -1.5, put that with the Giants, put that with the the Ravens, whatever else you want. I think there's probably some people that are convinced tease the Browns. That's not a bad one. You're playing against your 1.5 versus the worst team on the planet right now. Another one where the total is, it's not a little higher, but it's below 49, where you don't want to be up in the high 40s. So another decent teaser leg, but yeah, I can't be betting the Seahawks on the road in division, even against backup. And we don't really even know who's going to start. It sounded like Wolford, they wanted to start him, but he was not quite 100%. They went with Perkins. So this is a stay away. Papa Call says Cleveland, Seattle tease. Yeah, don't hate that. It's teaser leg or nothing. I may end up adding this if I end up doing something with that Cleveland game. That would be the same tease I would play.
Yeah, I guess I feel like I feel like I'm in like a AA meeting or something, and like I need someone to talk to me so I won't bet the Seahawks.
Yeah, and it's so hard to like properly rate the Rams right now with no Cup, no quarterback, no Donald. Never had a running game, injuries on the offensive line. It like how low can we take a Rams team that started as a Super Bowl favorite? Yeah, if it's Wolford, I would consider this over. I think he's the better quarterback of the two non-Staffords. So maybe there's something live there if once we get to 3:00, but this is the shitty of the three. There's four games late, and this is the worst one by far.
Yeah, I hear you guys. Nufflashan says Seattle will score. They're going to miss Donald, no doubt, but I really love the way the Rams. I mean, I had the under 44, and the Rams made it very comfortable with how they played in the red zone. Okay. Okay, let's move on.